Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. I'm in the car driving home from work. Yesterday, I put up 3 videos. It's been a long time since I even put up more than 1 video in a day. But I put up 3, and today, here I am making my second one. 2 suspensions today. Made 1 video on the Alberto Del Rio suspension earlier. Now, this video is going to be about Paige. I know that, it's been a month, maybe 2 months, since Paige and Alberto Del Rio either went public with their relationship or photos got taken, leaked, whatever it is. One thing leads to another. Neither one has really shied away from this. I've read this, I've read that. Honestly, when it comes down to it about their relationship, I don't really give a fuck. They're not the first wrestlers in the history of wrestling to get into a relationship of them, being on the road, being alone. There's, stories out there that Alberto Del Rio is married. It doesn't seem like he cares. So it is what it is. I don't understand why people actually care about that part of the wrestlers' lives. But that's not the story today. The story is that both of them got suspended, as with the Alberto Del Rio, as well as the Roman Reigns. We aren't going to know what it was for. So I don't know why people are, commenting, trying to throw in their 2 cents on what they think it's going to be. All it really comes down to it is that they're not going to be on television for the next 30 days. Who knows if they did if they had party drugs together? Who knows if they did the same steroid cycle? Who knows about this, that, or the other? WWE's not going to release it. They've never released it. So we're not going to know. Honestly, I made a video about Paige about a month ago, and I didn't get a chance to see the WWE 24 special. I will be watching it, honestly, as soon as I can. It sounded like it was a really good special, highlighting women's wrestling. You can really tell that, especially with the last summer's Diva Revolution with Sasha Banks, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch getting called up to the main roster, even though they got put on that Team Bella versus Team Submission Sorority. Remember that? And then there was Team Bad. That didn't really work out the way they thought it was going to, but when it got down to WrestleMania, one of the highlights of, whoa, what the fuck is that idiot doing? One of the highlights of this year's WrestleMania, honestly, was Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Sasha Banks. That match was fucking awesome. All of them were highlighted. All of them looked great. Charlotte getting the Ric Flair entrance. Sasha Banks getting the Eddie Guerrero-like moment with the frog splash out of the corner. Those are things that you're going to remember for a long, long time. Becky Lynch being highlighted in that match. It seems like she's almost like the forgotten girl in this whole deal. She's got a lot of talent. If she would have been called up a year ago or a year later, she'd be something really special. And I hope that a lot of people aren't really sleeping on Becky Lynch as, a real highlight of the Divas division. But honestly, when it comes down to it, Paige is the girl that got us to this point. Maybe even think about AJ Lee. I don't know if they talk about AJ on there. I know that they cut her out of a lot of things, like she wasn't in the Daniel Bryan documentary, and she wasn't in the Daniel Bryan book and stuff like that. They try to make it think that AJ never existed because she left to go be with CM Punk and blah blah blah, live her life, who gives a shit. But honestly, in my mind, AJ got called up. She was a good wrestler. Maybe she wasn't great, but Paige got there, and it was like they're actually bringing women to the division who actually want to wrestle instead of picking girls out of swimsuit catalogs. That worked for a long time. We had a lot of hot chicks on the roster. A lot of them who sort of got good at wrestling. I always thought that Maurice was a good wrestler. I liked Alicia Fox as a wrestler. I think Candice Michelle, by the time she left WWE, was a really good wrestler. But there's a lot of girls like Kelly who never became what they thought they were going to be. And they just put a lot of time and a lot of effort into a good-looking girl. Eva Marie is another girl that's probably going to go down in the history books at being in that spot. But Paige, honestly, to me, is something special. She deserves to have something, pushed. She hasn't really been a big force in the Divas division. She's got some wins on the Raw. She's got some wins on SmackDown against Charlotte, against the champion, to build up other matches on pay-per-view. And I think it's due time that she gets her spot. I mean, Paige came in. She won the Divas Championship in her rookie match. She held the championship for a good long run. Her and AJ never really took off the way that it was supposed to. But I mean, when Charlotte and Becky Lynch were called up to the main roster, she was looked at as like the veteran of the team, and now she's just in the background. And I know people commented on my last video who maybe know more or care more about the situation. Hurry up, motherfucker. You make me feel like an idiot because I won't let you merge in. If you would have stepped on the fucking gas because we're on the freeway, we wouldn't be in this spot. But honestly, like, if maybe Paige should be somebody who keeps her mouth shut, but that's not who Paige is. WWE knows that. She's going to say what she wants to in interviews. She's going to say what she wants to fans. She's going to speak her mind. She's never been somebody, even when she was in developmental, that was going to keep her mouth shut and say what WWE wants them to say. She's going to be herself, and that's what makes Paige be Paige, and that's why she has fans. So, I don't know. I mean, you can honestly look and you can see that Roman Reigns is a big deal. He's paying a little bit of punishment from coming back from this whole deal. Alberto Del Rio honestly was nothing before the suspension. So, I mean, what can you really do to make him look worse coming back from the suspension? Hopefully with Paige, that they won't just, throw her through the dirt. Because honestly, in my mind, you can put Paige in the same book as Alberto Del Rio, is that, they've been doing nothing with her for the last forever. And, what's to say that she doesn't pack her bags up and just leave? Whether that's going and wrestling indies, whether that's going and wrestling in TNA or any other, fuck it. I mean, you think about it right now. Ring of Honor has that Woman of Honor division that they're really trying to do something with. They got a lot of girls out there that they put on television. Well, it's not even on television. I don't think they have a television deal for that. It's on the internet. But I mean, let's say that Ring of Honor is able to sign Paige. That's a big kick in the pants to that division, and maybe that's something that could lead to them getting a television deal for that show, because I don't think they're just doing it for the fuck of it. They're doing it because they believe that there is going to be something behind women's wrestling, and that WWE might be onto something. There is a boom, and they want to have something started, so once it does work, they're in on it too. I mean, look at Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes left WWE. At the time, people thought he was crazy. He's going to be wrestling for PWG. He's going to be wrestling, I believe he's got a Ring of Honor date. I'm not 100% sure on that. He's going to be wrestling, I believe, Kurt Angle at an indie show. He's a guy that's going to be able to prove that, you can make WWE-style money, or maybe even better money, by not being a part of a WWE machine. And he's even got a WWE Almost Legends contract out of this, because they need to be making Stardust toys for some fucking reason, even though no one's going to buy them. But we'll see what happens with this. But Paige being suspended for 30 days, I don't even think she's anywhere near the SummerSlam card. They've got that 6 Diva women's tag. I'm still going to call them divas. Fuck it. I say WWF every once in a while. What was it? It was Alexa Bliss, Natalya, Becky Lynch, Naomi. I think Carmella was on there. There's a lot of chicks. None of them are Paige. But hopefully when she comes back, hopefully we'll see something booming from her, because she's a fucking awesome wrestler. She's a fucking awesome entertainer. She's a fucking awesome person. I've never got the chance to meet her, but I know someday I will, and I know she'll be awesome.